monetize this. We're gonna get into this. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun video. It's going to be a fun video. There you go. Boom. Okay. Let's get aggressive with these ads. So I just monetize it. Okay, cool. So if you guys are watching, hello, welcome. Today is a little bit of a different video today. Okay, here I am. And we are going to learn how to succeed in MrBeast production. This is a document that came out today, as far as I'm concerned. And if you're wondering, Tremaine, why the heck are you even posting about MrBeast? Kind of a random video. It's a little bit different. I haven't been live streaming in a long time, and here I am posting about it. But I found it to be very interesting because I have a production company nowhere near the scale of MrBeast, but I did work at a production company that did have a bit of a toxic environment, I would say, way back in the day. And that's for another video. But for this video, I thought it would be pretty interesting to go through what it would take to succeed at a MrBeast production. Oh, and by the way, if you guys didn't know, I said MrBeast 1 million times. Literally, I said it 1 million times. And yeah, so there's a playlist. Link is in the description. If you don't believe me, you can go through all 12 videos, I think. So again, this isn't a this isn't a pro or anti MrBeast, video. We're going to learn today, like, if it's if he's as bad as everyone's saying. Like, MrBeast has been thrown under the bus, like, big time. He's just been dragged for the past few weeks. I personally think he's done way more good than any bad. It's really unfortunate, real quickly, the whole situation with his friend, or his former friend, Chris. And so that's a very unfortunate situation. And, he's got to handle it the way he's got to handle it. That's basically all I'm going to say. Maybe I'll get into it later, but yeah, so let's get into it. So this should be pretty interesting. So we're going to learn how to succeed. This is like an actual real document. It's a 34-page document that Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, which I am, on the record, I am a fan. Okay, guys, I am a fan of MrBeast. I do think he's done some amazing things, not just in the YouTube community, but for the just the humanity in and of itself. So let's get into this document and let's read it and let's have fun. Hi, I'm Jimmy, MrBeast, and as the team's growing larger, I no longer get to spend as much time with everyone as I am used to. The first dozen employees had unfiltered and unlimited access to me to learn as much as they could about my vision and what I wanted. Sadly, you don't have that luxury. So I thought it would be useful to try to brain dump, as that's a great word, brain dump. I would like to brain dump on you as much as I can in this silly little book to give new people to help bring them up to speed on everything we've learned over the past decade with this channel. Okay, that's fair. So we're going to learn a lot of things about YouTube today. So this is going to be good. We've been through a lot, and chances are most of the problems you face we've dealt with. So I genuinely believe if you intently read and understand the knowledge here, guys, knowledge is the main word, here you will be much better set up for success. So if you read this book and pass a quiz, I'll give you $1,000. That's pretty awesome. I mean, hey, if your boss gives you this manual, hey, read this manual. And if you could pass a quiz, I've never gotten paid to pass a quiz. I don't know about you guys out there, but I think it'd be pretty cool to learn this manual and maybe pass a quiz and make $1,000. That'd be pretty cool. Sorry in advance for all the run-on sentences and grammar issues. I'm a YouTuber, not an author. Haha. Well, obviously not, because he put in haha in a document, in a real document. This is not a rule book. Okay, if any place says that it's not a rule book, it is definitely a rule book. Like, this is definitely guaranteed this is a rule book. This is not a rule book. This is a rule book. But let's go on. I need to kick things off by saying the purpose of this is not to give you a bunch of rules to follow. On top of that, I want nothing in here to be taken literally. What we do is complex and changes based on the situation. I need you to repeat this in your head 3 times. I will apply everything I read with a grain of salt. I will apply everything I read with a grain of salt. I will apply everything I read with a grain of salt. This is not an inclusive list of everything. Oh, it's an exclusive list is what he's saying. This is an exclusive list. I hope this inspires you with questions and to come to us to learn more. Okay. All right. That's a very motivational thing. Prelude. I don't know what this means. I could make a separate book for creative, a separate book for production, a separate book for editors, but I think that would be dumb. Everything we do here is interconnected. The more you understand about what others are doing and trying to accomplish, the better set up for success you will be. Okay, I get that. He's trying to get everyone on the same page. He's not trying to separate anyone and give anyone else different information. So that's good. So this will be information about all parts of MrBeast Productions, and I advise everyone to read it in its entirety. This is what we're doing, guys. So everyone, we are going to read this in its entirety. A good example of this is James Warren. Whoever that is, I'm guessing he works at the company. He understands every part of this company. Well, he must at a deep level, and as a result can make decisions faster than anyone else. Wow, that's impressive. The stuff you will be reading about, he knows like the back of his hand. Wow, he knows just like this, guys. I've seen a team of 5 people work on a project for a week just to give up, and James solve it in 30 minutes. Wow, this guy is a superhero. A whole team for a week can't solve it, but James can. Guys, did you know James Warren can solve these problems? I say this not to flex for him, okay, although you just did, but that's okay, but to show the power that comes when you understand everything in this book deeply. The more you know, gosh, is this the Bible? Is this the Bible? The more you know about why we do things and what we are trying to accomplish, the better off you will be. So let's start off with some basic stuff. What is your goal here? What exactly would you say your goal is here? Your goal is like, what is your goal here? I'm going to tell you what your goal is. Your goal is to make the best YouTube, all caps, videos possible. That's the #1 goal of this production company. Not to make the best produced videos, not to make the funniest videos, not to make the best looking videos, not to make the highest quality videos. It's to make the best YouTube videos possible. Okay, I'm glad he clarified that. It's not supposed to be the funniest, not supposed to be the best looking, not the highest quality, but just the best YouTube videos possible. That narrows it down. But don't most best YouTube videos have humor in it, have high quality production? Okay, it's okay. It's to make the best YouTube videos possible. Everything we want will come if we strive for that. Sounds obvious, but after 6 months in the weeds, a lot of people tend to forget what we are trying to achieve here, guys. After 6 months, you guys don't know, you guys forget what we're trying to achieve, which is not the best looking, not the funniest, not even the highest quality, but just the best YouTube video. All right, here we go. IDC, how traditional media does things. I don't care. I like this. I like this part where it's like, I don't give a crap how Hollywood does this. I'm actually really down with this. Pardon the bluntness, but this is not Hollywood, and I do not want to be Hollywood. And if that sentence is a turnoff to you, then you're probably at the wrong job. I genuinely mean that. Okay, so for me, who's worked in Hollywood, who's worked on professional shoots, who's worked on TV shows, feature films, big budgets, small budgets, and everything, this is a breath of fresh air, because there are people that literally, I've been on set at a TV show where I was plugging in my laptop and I got yelled at because I need to ask a grip or an electrician to plug in my laptop. It's like, all right, guys, let's calm down here. I can plug in my laptop. Okay. Anyway, I was DIT. I was a digital imaging technician on a contact lens shoot way back in the day. But that's neither here nor there. But this is actually pretty refreshing. This is not Hollywood, guys. We're making YouTube videos. He makes that pretty clear. I genuinely mean that. YouTube is the future, and I believe with every fiber of my body, it's going to keep growing year over year. And in 5 years, I don't know what year this is written, but we're going to find out. In 5 years, YouTube will be bigger than anyone will have ever imagined. And I want this channel to be at the top, which it is. Congratulations, Jimmy. You are there already. Which is why I say we are not Hollywood. 99% of movies or TV shows would flop on YouTube. I don't necessarily agree on that because YouTube has just released Jurassic Park and it's done really well. They've released a bunch of big movies on actually YouTube movies and TV. They have a lot of big movies that you could watch for free. In Time with Justin Timberlake, a handful of others. On top of that, they'd be wildly unprofitable. Well, I'd actually agree with that. I mean, depending on what your budget is for the feature films, there's someone who has a feature film on YouTube. It's called Rideshare. If you guys didn't know that, you can watch it on YouTube. Have no flexibility and long lead times that can't adapt to trends. Okay, well, that's fair. Typically, feature films aren't trying to be trendy. Typically, not. Sometimes that is the case, but we aren't here. We aren't here to make a small movie. Small movie. Oh boy. We're not here to make a small movie once or twice a year. I mean, what about like Marvel movies? Okay. I want to make one a week. LOL. LOL. Which is why you need to be nimble. You guys need to be nimble, okay? And produce content our way or the highway, baby. Produce content. Wow. Like all caps, our way, not the way you were taught before. If you want the highest probability of success, I beg you to learn why we do what we do at a deep level before you try to fix anything. We've done countless videos and invested hundreds of thousands of hours collectively building how we do things. I know it's not perfect, but we have a reason for how. Okay, well, for how we do most stuff, and it's probably a decent one. Well, that's kind of fair. I guess that's kind of fair. You know, let me see if I can. Can you guys read this? Okay, by the way, let's see if we can do this. Boom, boom. No. Okay, let's just go back to here. All right. Yeah, so I get it. Like they've got their way of doing things. Chris Wallace, does MrBeast have a chat? Well, we're gonna find out if he does or not. We are going to find out. What up, Chris? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We are going to find out. The amount of hours you work is irrelevant. Wow. Wow. That's quite a saying. What you do is irrelevant. Before you get mad, recall the story about James solving a problem. 30 minutes. A team of 5 couldn't in a week. In that example, does it really matter how many hours they worked? Obviously, we want grinders. Okay, I'm going to take these headphones off because I don't need them. Obviously, we want grinders that put in the hours and love you guys to death that do. But at the end of the day, you will be judged on results, not hours. We are a results-based company. Get shit done and move the goalposts. So he's kind of like saying, I don't care how many hours you work, but at the same time, like work a lot of hours, but at the same time, you don't have to work any hours. Like if you can get a problem solved in 5 minutes, then you're good to go. But at the same time, grind. There's a little bit of mixed results here. There's a little bit of mixed signals here. I get what he's saying. It's like work smarter, not harder, but he still wants you to work harder at the same time. So, okay. I only want A players. As I type this, I realize it may not be the wisest to categorize everyone into 3 buckets. Oh no, you're setting yourself up for failure. I realize it's not wise to categorize everyone in 3 buckets, which is what I'm about to do right now. It's like I'm about to, like, I realize this is a terrible thing to do, but I'm about to go do it right now. Okay. This is how I believe everyone we look at part of the production team. You're either an A player, B player, or C player. There is only room in this company for A players. A players are obsessive, learn from mistakes, coachable, intelligent, don't make excuses, believe in YouTube, see the value of this company, and are the best in the goddamn world at their job. But other than that, they're pretty terrible people. No, so B players are new people that need to be trained into A players, and C players are just average employees. They don't suck, but they aren't exceptional at what they do. They just exist, do whatever, and get a paycheck. They aren't obsessive in learning. Okay. C players are poisonous. Oh boy. C players are poisonous and should be transferred to a different company immediately. You're gone. You're out of here. It's okay. We give everyone severance. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, guys, it's all good. Give them severance. They'll be fine. You know, it's kind of like he's basically saying there's three types of people, but he's only really saying there's two types of people. He's like, there's people that work for me, and there's people that wish they worked for me, baby. But like, I get his point. Of course, he wants the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. This is what he's going for. What makes a YouTube video go viral? I spent basically 5 years of my life locked in a room. Oh, that's a nice way to start 5 years of your life. Locked in a room studying virality on YouTube. Some days me and some other nerds, at least he admits it. Okay, we're all nerds here. Would spend 20 hours straight studying the most minor thing. Like there is a correlation between better lighting at the start of the video and less viewer drop off. There is. Have good lighting at the start of the video, haha, or other tiny things like that. And the result of those probably 20 to 30,000 hours of studying is, I'd say I have a good grasp on what he's like. I know what works here, guys. Can you read this, by the way, Chris? Are you tuning in? If you can read, let me know. If you have trouble reading on your screen, let me know that too, because I can adjust it. Okay, 3 metrics you guys need to know about is click-through rate, CTR, average view duration, AVD, and average view percentage, AVP. Make sure you know these abbreviations because that's how most people will refer to them. Up first, we'll talk about CTR. This is important no matter what department you work in. You can read it fine. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Awesome, brother. CTR is basically how many people see our thumbnail in their feeds divided by how many that click it. If 100 million people, wow, that would be cool, wouldn't that, Chris? If 100 million people see the thumbnail and 10 million people click on it, that means 10% clicked, and we have a 10% CTR. This is what dictates what we do for videos. I spent 50 hours in my front yard is lame, and you wouldn't click it. But you would hypothetically click, I spent 50 hours in ketchup. Who wants to spend 50? Okay, who wants to spend 50 hours in ketchup? Anyone? No, okay, no. All right. Both are relatively similar in time/effort, but the ketchup one is easily 100 times more viral. An image of someone sitting in ketchup in a bathtub exponentially more interesting than someone sitting in their front yard. Now, that's a good point. I mean, that makes sense. Titles are equally as important for getting someone to click. A simple way to up that CTR even more would be to title it, I survived instead of I spent. Ooh, oh, that's interesting. We're learning here. And he's got some grammar errors. His period is after the quotes. It's okay. We won't dock him for that. That would add more intrigue and make it feel more extreme. In general, the more extreme, the better. I don't like bananas won't perform the same as bananas are the worst food on earth. See, well, we're actually kind of learning here, guys. This is fun. Bananas are the worst food on earth. Now, if you're in production or creative, you might be wondering, I am in production and I am creative. Hey, Chris, you're in production and you're creative. You might be wondering, why does the title and thumbnail matter to me? expectations is why. The title and thumbnail on the videos is you will be producing set the expectations for the viewer for your video. Imagine you clicked on a video titled World's Largest Bouncy Castle, and the thumbnail had a giant yellow bouncy castle besides a bunch of huge buildings. Then when the video plays, it's not a yellow bouncy castle, it's red. Confession. It's also not the world's largest. It's also in a field with no buildings like in the thumbnail. You'd feel like you were lied to and click off because the video did not meet the expectations of the title thumbnail. This is why you must know the title of thumbnails. Well, we're learning. See, my title and thumbnail are pretty spot on. How to succeed in MrBeast. I mean, you know, we're learning here, right? So this is how this works. This is why you must know the title of thumbnails and the videos you're making. How can you not know? How can you know how to start your video if you don't even know what expectations the viewers have of you? Now let's jump over to the second metric that matters, AVD. This is how long, on average, people watch a given video. The cool thing about YouTube is they give us super detailed graphs for every video, which is very true, and show the exact second we lose a viewer on every single video. Key moments for audience retention. Okay, let's look at this. This is actually pretty interesting. Average view duration of a 14-minute long video. Let's round up by a second. Average percentage view, 53 seconds. That's pretty darn good. I mean, 53%, obviously, he's MrBeast. 69% of viewers are still watching around the 30-second mark, which is typical. See that blue line in the image above? That represents the attention span of the 60 million people that clicked on the video. Wow. It's crazy, but we can see exactly when every single person who clicked on this video clicks off. As with almost every video on YouTube, the first minute has the most loss. Go look. Yep, that's true right there. Boom. This is why we freak out so much about the first minute and go so above and beyond to make it the best we freaking can. I like this. I like this enthusiasm. On this particular video, we lost 21 million. That's so insane, dude. We lost 21 million viewers in the first minute of the video, which surprisingly, compared to our other channels, is above average and could have been much worse. Let's say the start of the video wasn't well lit. I didn't match. Okay, sweet. Thanks. I know we're actually learning. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. It's actually pretty informative. You're doing good, brother. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. You're one of the 21 million people that are still here. No, just kidding. Okay. We would have lost a lot, let's say the start of the video wasn't well lit. I didn't match the expectations of the clickbait. I didn't pre-plan what I'd say, and we didn't front load some interesting stuff for the first minute of content. We would have lost much less than 21 million people because it wouldn't have gotten 21 million views, LOL. But if the views were hypothetically fixed, then instead of still having 39 million viewers at the 1 minute mark, it would be more like 20 million. He kind of lost me here. The first minute of each video is the most important of each video. Okay, well, I understand that. Okay. After the first minute of content, you will have what we call minutes 1 through 3. This is where you have to transition from hype to execution, generally. Stop telling people what they will be watching and start showing them. Okay? Don't talk about it, be about it. An example of a 1 through 3 minute tactic would be crazy progression. So let's say we have a 10-minute video about a guy surviving weeks in the woods, okay? Instead of making the first 3 minutes of the video about his first day, then progressing from there like a logical filmmaker would. Oh, come on. You got to build up, guys, like a logical filmmaker. We try to cover multiple days in the first 3 minutes of the video, so the viewer is now super invested in the story. They've seen this man survive multiple days in the woods and emotionally now want to see how much further he can go. We also want to do something around the 3 minute mark, which is, oh wow, this is interesting. So he's got the 0 to 1 minute, the 1 to 3 minute engagement, now a 3-minute re-engagement. A re-engagement can be described as content that is highly interested, that fits the story, and makes people genuinely impressed. Another way to look at this is it's a segment that only MrBeast can do. What's up, Mac Daddy in the building? What's up? What's up, Mac Attack? How you is? It's important to re-engage the viewer around this time. Another way to look at this is that it's a segment that only MrBeast can do this. It's important to re-engage the viewer around this time because they could get bored of the story and click off. Geez, heaven forbid you build up story and suspense or anything, but he gets engagement for a reason. Okay, it's important to re-engage the viewer around this time because they could get bored of the story and click off. These re-engagements are usually spectacles and sometimes need lots of time and money to perfect. A good example of a re-engagement is when Carl was put in charge of watching Josh in the $10,000 Every Day You Survive Prison video. Following the first minute, then minutes 1 through 3 is obviously what we call minute 3 through minute 6. Obviously, guys. And is the next most important part of the video. So, wow, he really segments his whole part, even from a 10-minute video. He compartmentalizes them, which is really interesting. This is where you plan out the most exciting and interesting content that is also very simple. This includes lots of quick scene changes and highly stimulating, simple content that reflects the story. The goal is to make them fall in love with the story, the people in the video, and the overall video itself. If we can get them to watch the first half of the video, there's a very high chance we'll get them to watch the end. Usually at the 6-minute mark, we will include another re-engagement that is highly interesting but needs a little more explanation, and will push the story in the back half of the video. Wow, okay, he's really, really pushing it. And lastly, we have what we call back half content. I have to be careful writing this. Here we go. I have to be careful writing this because I don't want you to ever for a second think I'm okay with content being subpar. Many videos have been killed because the back half content was ass. LOL. Dang, at least he admits it. I mean, he seems to be it's like super critical, which you kind of have to be at that level. In general, once they have someone for 6 minutes, or watching a video without realizing, okay. In general, once you have someone for 6 minutes, they're super invested in the story and probably in what they call a lull. They are watching a video without even realizing they're watching a video. Typically, they're not as good at content would be in the back half of the video. Don't ever signal the end of the video unless, Don't ever signal the end of the video unless it's to build hype for the prize or payoff at the end of the video. This is where long explanation bits can live. And if something unexpected happens or things don't go to plan, that can be turned into content. All right. The above paragraphs are why you'll hear us ask what minute mark in the video that you're working on is. Oh, really? Oh, this is really interesting. Okay. Whether it's production, creative, or editing, you must always know what minute mark the content you are working on is. If you don't know, then you're not doing it right. I just whipped out a calculator, and the combined seconds of content of our last 100 videos is 81,801 seconds, which divided by 100 means the average MrBeast video is 818 seconds or 13 minutes. Wow. And 37 seconds. Some are shorter, like when we do a real-time shoot or something more emotional and don't want it dragged out. And some are longer, giant spectacles, like giving away an island as an example. Yeah, just an example, giving away an island. Yeah, that's a decent example. But 13 minutes is the average, and you are expected to know when producing which minute of that 13 minutes you are working on. And since we are on the topic of retention graphs, here is a cool visual. The shape of audience retention graph can tell you which part. This is actually like YouTube has the same exact graph in their analytics. When the line chart is flat, it means viewers are watching the part of video from start to finish. Gradual decline means viewers are losing interest over time. Spikes appear when viewers are watching, rewatching, or sharing those parts of your video. Dips mean viewers are abandoning or skipping your part of the video. The last three of the trackable metrics that matters to virality is AVP and TBH. TBH. All right, AVP and TBH. Okay. Average view percentage. And to be honest, that doesn't matter as much to you. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that. Usually the length of the video will be decided by me or Tyler. Okay. I just need you to make people watch as long as possible. Got it. Copy that. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Another long trackable thing about virality I like to show you to know is what we call the wow factor. Wow. And it's definitely the most subjective. You can check all the above boxes for CTR and AVD, but the video still do for us. An example of the wow factor would be our 100 days in the circle video. We offered someone $500,000 if they could live in a circle in a field. That's nuts for 100. So we got to have Cheetah Willview. What up, brother? Cat Taub. Yes. Cat Town story, baby. We're learning how to win at MrBeast production. So welcome. Welcome, welcome. We got, yes, hashtag Cat Town. If you guys haven't seen the Cat Town story, Moo Moo isn't in it, but if you guys want to watch a good movie, it's on our YouTube channel. It's a feature film. We're not following the MrBeast rules, but we're learning how to succeed in MrBeast productions. So this is actually pretty good stuff. So if they could live in a circle in a field for 100 days, and instead of starting with his house in the circle that he would live in, we bring in on a crane 30 seconds into the video. Why? Because who the F else on YouTube can do that? LOL. The fact that we lifted a house on a crane didn't add anything to the title and thumbnail. It obviously hooked the viewers and helped retention, but there are millions of ways we could have done that easier. It's arguably, from a data standpoint, illogical and a waste of time. Okay, at least he admits it. But the impression it leaves... What is a MrBeast? Yes, exactly. Isn't a goofy YouTuber? Yeah. But aren't we all? I'm a goofy YouTuber. That's for darn sure. Not nearly as successful, but he's been going through the mud recently. Whether that's justified or not, we don't know. From a data standpoint, illogical and a waste of time, but the impression it leaves on a viewer is invaluable to us. Okay, so he goes for the spectacle. Anytime we do something that no other creator can do, that's very true. I definitely can't do that. That separates us in their mind. It makes our videos more special to them. It changes how they see us and makes them watch more videos and engage more with the brand. Okay, the brand. You can't track the wow factor, but I can describe it. Anything that no other YouTuber can do. And it's important we never lose our wow. He's an egotist. Well, we're learning from this document right here. We're learning a lot about him. MrBeast may be goofy, but he's got candy bars in the store. Must know something. That's very true. I know him now. Yes, you do. We're getting to know him. Getting to know him. Getting to know all. Okay. Chapter 2, creating content. There we go. That was chapter 1. We learned a lot right there. We're going to create content. For this next part, I want to write about actually creating content. I'm not going to talk about any production system in particular because the way we run this production changes almost every year. Haha. I'm very professional putting the haha in there. I like that. I kind of like that it's non-professional, but it's kind of not. I don't know. It could be a little bit more professional. I just want to pass on things that I see new people typically fail at, and in general, what I want. Our videos are hard, and if you took the difficulty of our videos and trendlined it over time, you'd see they are only getting harder. Wow. This is why I want the best in the world and people who are obsessed. Wow. If you're not growing, eventually the difficulties of the videos will outgrow you. Wow. Whether it be production, creative, camera, or editing, I want you to be obsessed with YouTube. Get rid of Netflix and Hulu and watch tons of YouTube. Okay, there you go. It will, without a doubt, in my mind, make you more successful here. Well, that makes sense. I mean, he wants to make YouTube videos, not Netflix movies. So that makes sense. The more invested you are in the world on YouTube, the more you'll understand trends, how we can stand out, be more original, what we could do better, etc., etc. You should always really try to watch every MrBeast video on all channels. Sounds obvious, but I've asked multiple people this week what they thought about last week's gaming video, and not a single person had seen it. Oh no. Confession, not even the people, well, it sounds like a cult leader. That's pretty funny. Like her Trump. Okay. Okay. On top. So yeah, he's like, you hadn't seen my videos. What's wrong with you? You haven't seen my movie. Well, I mean, it would make sense if I was hiring someone. It would make sense if they've seen my movies. But the difference between my movies and MrBeast videos is MrBeast videos has like his hundreds of videos, and I've got just a handful of movies. So it doesn't. Yeah, like if I had 100 movies, that'd be ridiculous to ask anyone if I'm employing them to watch every single one of my movies before they even do anything at my company. Okay. Oh, here we go. I don't have the best track. Oh, we're gonna get to that in a second. On top of learning from watching YouTube, I love for you to read The Goal. Okay, is that a book or what is this? Where did you get this? And you got to send me a copy. Dude, yeah, the copy's in the description below. Dude, yes, it's all about Simp. Simp is coming soon to Amazon Prime, you guys. Filmmaker here, Tremaine Hayho. I was on the Have Cheetah Will View. You guys want to watch my interview there, check out his channel, and you can watch my interview on there. But right now we're learning how to succeed in MrBeast. We're learning a lot here. I used to make everyone read it. I know bottlenecks are obvious, and it will sound like I'm talking to 10-year-olds sometimes. Wow. But just not knowing and understanding something as simple as bottlenecks has effed tons of videos. Damn. You all should deeply understand the work stream from when a video hits the calendar to when it is filmed. I don't have the best track record of making the video filming calendar super far out, and I'm sticking with it. Let's say you're in a production and a video you're assigned to is put up 45 days out. A lot of things need to happen before you start working on it. The big things would probably be you need to thumbnail, sketch, and creative on your team to write out the video. Do not just go to them and say, I need creative, let me know when it's done, and I need a thumbnail, let me know when it's done. This is what most people do. Is MrBeast really Corey Feldman? See, I haven't seen them both in the same room. I mean, have you? This is what most people do, and it's one of the reasons why we fail so much. Wow, he failed. They fail, I guess. Okay. I want you to look them in the eyes. Look them in the eyes and tell them they are the bottleneck, and take it a step further and explain why they are the bottleneck. So you both are on the same page. Tyler, you are my bottleneck. Tyler, you are my bottleneck. Jeez. I have 45 days to make this video happen, and I cannot begin to work on it until I know what the contents of the video is. I need you to confirm you understand this is important, and we need to set a date on when the creative will be done. Now, this person, who also has tons of shit going on, is aware how important this discussion is, and you guys can I think that's short for priority, prio it accordingly. Now, let's say, what up, 8BE in the place to be? Haven't talked to you in a little bit. Miss you and appreciate you. He's in the tub. Okay. All right. I've got a beautiful visual right now of 8BE, the sexy beast in the tub. See if MrBeast can play a guitar. Okay. Thanks, brother. Well, dude, you're a hardest working man on YouTube here. 8BE in the building. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, congratulations on 90K, by the way, brother. We are learning how to succeed at MrBeast, the document that came out today. As far as I know, it just came out today. Oh man, a little bubble bath. Nice, man. Dang, I haven't taken a bubble bath in a while. Mainly because I have a shower, not a bubble bath, but that sounds very pleasant. I have a nice little beverage here, and we're going through this. Oh, wow. Oh, we're going to get, dude, this is getting crazy. I have 45 okay. I have 45 days to make this video happen, and I cannot begin to work on it till I know what the content of this video is. I need to confirm you to understand this is important. We need to set a date on when the creative will get done. Now, this person who has tons of shit going on is aware of how important the discussion is, and you guys need to prioritize it accordingly. Now, let's say Tyler and you agree it will be done in 5 days. You don't get to set a reminder for 5 days and not talk to him for 5 days. Wow. Damn, the all caps, dog. This is crazy. Yes, aiming towards 6K, brother. Yes, I hope so. Yeah, 6K. I want to get the 10K. I want to get the 5 digits. I want to get to 10. I need to step it up though. I need to be like 8BE, baby. Every single day, you must check in on Tyler and make sure he's on track to hit the target date. I want less excuses in this company. Take ownership and don't give your project a chance to fail. Dumping your bottleneck on someone and then just walking away until it's done is lazy and it gives room for error. And I want you to have a mindset that God himself couldn't stop you from making this video on time. Check in daily. Leave no room for error. Jeez. This seems like a pretty chill boss, I would say. Tyler is MrBeast's friends. But damn, I kind of wish I had more of this Beast energy here because he's very on point with deadlines, and I've missed many deadlines. And but at the same time, this is a little bit extreme, I would like to say. But you know, at the same time, he gets hundreds of millions of views per video. So, and I don't. So you know, I can't knock him for this next part. I can make fun of it a little bit though. For this next part, I just want to brain dump about. That's a terrible word. Okay, I want to brain dump about random things and explain why we do / say certain things. If you understand all of this, and you'll be in a good spot. Like seriously, these are cheat codes. Oh my gosh, we're about to learn cheat codes. I see nothing wrong with pushing people this hardcore. I think a lot of people today are just soft and snowflakes. You can't hang, don't work there. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't blame you. He's literally he's laying it out like as it is. And I mean, don't people don't think Disney wasn't this? Or, yeah, dude, Disney was probably. Dude, Disney trashed his hotel room when his brother ended up giving them raises because they were on strike. When they were on strike way back in the day for unpaid wages or like low wages and hardworking environments, Disney got pissed. His brother Roy is like, "Hey, just fly out of the country and go to the hotel room," and because he didn't want to give him any raises or anything like that, or give him fair work environment. And then Roy decided to do that for them, and Disney trashed his hotel room, and famously was pissed that they were gonna pay him better and treat him more fairly. So you know, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide if that's a good thing or not. All right, so we're going to the cheat codes. Video everything. I really want us to see producing as a team job, not a solo thing. That's a good thing. Which is why it's important you video everything critical. And also anything you think people would ask about. Let's say you go on a scout set for a video in a month where the rest of your team is working on this week's video. Most people just go to scout the set, maybe grab a video, walk around, try to grab a good mental model of it. Then a week later, when you're back, the video is now Tyler's main focus, and he starts asking questions about the set, and you can't quite recall. The questions get more and more detailed, and all you have to do is go off of what is on your mind. The rest of your production team also needs to start planning bits, but they don't know what it looks like, and it's a shit show. This is why we say video everything, which is more important that one person has a good mental grip of something or that their entire team of 10 people have a good mental grip on something. Obviously, the team. Easiest way to bring your team up to the same page is to freaking video everything and store it where they can constantly reference it. A lot of problems can be solved if we just video sets and ask for videos when ordering things, especially because I personally am a visual guy and I always want to see what things look like. So even for me, videos are valuable. Video everything. That's true. That's really true. Say the negatives. Title says it all. Don't just... Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, it's true. You know, probably. Apparently Jordan was a hard ass too, you know. LeBron, I think, is the same way. Say the negatives. Title says it all. Don't just tell people on your team or me why something. Say my name. Say my name. I am the one who knocks. I found the castle we need for the video, but it's booked all year, over budget, and someone died in it last week. That's funny. It's your fault, track the contractor. I know I already talked about this, but there's one thing I'd really love to impose on you from all this writing is that you can't just dump and forget your projects. I can't stand when people dump. I can't, if this sentence just ended there, I can't stand when people dump. Like, okay. You can't just dump and forget. I can't stand when people dump and forget their project on a contractor, and the day before the shoot blame them when it's not ready. That's on you, not the contractor. Let's say we are building the world's largest water balloon, and you need someone to make a giant wooden stand for it to sit on. Most people would call someone like JB, Justin Bieber, and have him do it and tell him to be done by filming day. Instead, you should really have it done a certain time frame in advance. You need to use your own intelligence based on the project to determine that. In case something is off, we can make changes. And you need to decide whether or not it's a critical component. If it is, you should also begin working on a backup. And while working on a backup, you should check in with JB every single day. Ask him to send videos every day to spot problems early. Hell, maybe talk to him twice a day. I don't care. Just don't leave room for error. No excuses. Stop leaving room for error. Check in daily. Receive videos no weeks in advance if you're effed. Not days. Now, I think he actually wrote this. It seems like he actually wrote this. I am not always right. Well, at least he admits that. Shocker, I know. I'm young, and I'll be the first to admit I'm not perfect. I promise not a single person on this planet wants us to succeed more than I do. And no matter how much you work, you'll never invest more time into this company than I will. You'll never invest more time. Well, that better be true. If he owns a company, that's just by default. But I can't promise I'll always be right. Having said that, there are ways you can help me be right more often. For starters, you need to understand the world I'm in and how my mind works. This book in particular is for a production company and for Heyo Studios YouTube channel. I hope I'm not getting in trouble reading this, but a few YouTubers have done this on videos on this. So, but I don't think anyone's done reading the full manual quite yet. This book in particular is for a production company, which, by the way, is the most important company and allows everything else to succeed. Without the videos, everything else dies. But it's not all I have going on. I have to be the main talent for every gaming video, every Reacts video. Oh, God, you poor thing. He has to be the main talent for every gaming video, every Reacts video, every philanthropy video, every TikTok, Insta post, every main channel video. Oh my gosh, that's just so much just so much talent I have to put on everywhere. You know, it's like, gosh, you gotta understand where I'm coming from. which is basically 3 full-time jobs all by itself. Little things like sending videos to people for birthdays, attending events, networking, etc. all add up because I'm the face of the channel. On top of being the main talent, I have to work with each channel to make sure the creatives are always evolving and not getting stale, and in general, be a visionary for them. Basically running 4 channels at a high level better than anyone else in the world can run one. Dang, like this is someone he feels the pressure. I'm feeling the pressure from how he describes this. We also have a Beast Burger Beast Burger, there's lawsuits there, but anyway, and Feastables, and I still have to set the vision and be the lead creative. On top of that, we dub our channels in other languages, and we run a translation company that works with other channels as well. I also okay, we get it, brother. We get it, brother. You're doing everything, you know. I also multiple times a week have to call other YouTubers and see what they are testing / doing, so I can always stay up to date, make sure we aren't missing anything. AKA, you need me networking a lot. What I'm trying to say is, which you kind of already said, but okay. What I'm trying to say is I have to run 4 channels, 3 businesses, a charity, and network / maintain our image all at the same time. So when you need something from me, you have to understand that I'm probably not as knowledgeable about a video as you. Whatever you don't tell me, I don't know. When getting an answer from me, it's ideal you do the research and come to me with context and options. Instead of saying, I'm coming up with a video, we are giving away a car. What do you think of the Lexus? It's only $10,000, which is how 99% of questions are asked towards me. Jeez. Do this instead. We have a coming up would you rather video. One of the bits is at the 6 to 9 minute mark, we will be giving away a car. We are still on budget, and the budget for this car is $10,000. I checked with PM. It could go up another $5K if you really wanted. I search all of NC for cool ass cars. I search all of NC for cool ass cars around that price point, and here are 5 I found that I got pre-approved by Creative, all on budget. I also got 5 other backup options that are less cool looking and more average. If you're going for that, here's a picture of all 10 cars, the miles in the cars, the information you want, their firstborn child, which of these cars do you think is best, or should I get other options? If you want to look like you're doing your job, and don't care about the success of the video, ask me questions like the first example. If you want to take accountability and make your videos happen with a higher probability of success, do the second option. This doesn't just apply to me, it applies to anyone high up you expect to make a decision. If you guys are just tuning in, we're learning how to succeed in MrBeast due to the manual itself right here. Critical components. Critical components are the things that are essential to your video. If I want to put 100 people on an island and give it away to one of them, then securing an island is a critical component. It doesn't matter how well planned the challenges on the island are, how good the weather is, etc. Without that island, there is no video. Hence, it is a critical component. Another example of a critical component would be the title and thumbnail. Remember that bouncy castle story from earlier? How the thumbnail had a yellow bouncy castle, but the video had a red one. The thumbnails of the video you're producing can also create critical components. A third example of a critical component would be if the creative on your team pitched me a video of 10 challenges and I said, I like the video, but mostly of the challenge 3 and 7, I'd hate the video without them. Challenge 3 and 7 are now essential to your video and thus critical components. He's basically saying like, hey, do what I'm telling you to do and just do it. Critical components can come from literally anywhere, and when something you're working on is labeled as such, you treat it like your baby. Without what you're working on, we do not have a video. Without what you're working on, okay? Without what you're working on, we do not have a video. Protect it at all costs. Check in on it 10 times a day. Obsess over it. Make a backup. If it requires shipping, pay someone to pick it up and drive it. Don't trust standard shippings and speak up the second anything goes wrong. The literal second. Dude, I love this guy. I should. Yeah, you should watch our interview, man. Has MrBeast made a movie? No, he has not. Well, he made a documentary, but that doesn't really count. Speak up the second it goes wrong. Never coin flip a critical component. That means you're coin flipping the video aka $1 million plus, and always bring in me or James earlier rather than later. Communication lines. It is very important as a company we maintain proper communication lines, onset and offset. There's always someone responsible for everything on the video. And if multiple people are responsible for the same thing, then that's a problem that needs to be fixed immediately. Ideally, when communicating across departments, you go up, then over. If you skip and just go below, you prize you. If you skip and just go below, you prize must then call. I don't know what he meant by that, but and then the people in charge know. Let's say you're a production coordinator and you call a writer and tell him you need some bits about a sandwich being cooked with lava. Seems harmless, except now Tyler, head of creative, has no idea what his writer is working on, and worse, doesn't know an option when he directs the video. Will, head of production, also has no idea this has been set into motion, and then when planning and tracking the progress of the video, doesn't know to account for this. Willie later finds out about it and assumes Tyler approved the bit and starts planning on how to make lava, and then wastes 3 days making lava until Tyler catches wind that Tyler asks her why she's making lava and what she has no idea, and everyone is confused. I'm confused right now. This is what happens when you don't follow proper communication lines. If when this bit was requested, Tyler and Ali were called first, days of BS would have been saved. Seems simple, but it happens dozens of times a week and causes tons of double and triple work. Great. Ooh, wow, that was a lot right there. I don't think it comes as a surprise when I say we don't have unlimited money here. Wow, really? That actually does come as a surprise with MrBeast. He seems to be a guy that has unlimited money. But at the same time, I understand budgets. We can't have every video constantly going over budget because the money has to come from somewhere. And if you're in a tough spot, because I constantly want better and better videos, a lot of people who work here have definitely thought before, if Jimmy wants us to be on budget, why does he keep asking us to do so many expensive things? That's a good question. It seems to be like a fair question. Or I know Jimmy won't like this, so I need to spend more money. People always assume money is the answer, and if we just spend more money, we can give Jimmy what he wants, which is wrong. Creativity is the answer. Okay, I like that. That is true. Here is an example I use all the time with our gaming team. They love to give away money every video. But which sounds cooler to you as a prize for gaming video? $20,000 or a year's supply of Doritos? To me, Doritos is so much funnier, and I think our audience would find it effing hilarious. So let's say we define a year's supply of Doritos by 5 packs of Doritos a day for 365 days. That's 1,825 packs of Doritos, and a quick Google search shows you can buy a pack of Doritos for less than $1, but we can round up and say $1 per pack of Doritos. Our prize for the video just went from $20,000 down to $1,825. Who gets Doritos? Oh, this must be a small ass pack of Doritos. Like Doritos be like $3, $4, $5 for, like the real pack of Doritos. So we're thinking about a family size. But I get what he's saying. That is a lot more creative and more funny idea of a video. I would personally prefer $20,000 over a year's supply of Doritos, but that's just me as someone that would be receiving the award. I mean, yeah, it makes for funnier content, but I would rather the 20 grand than 5 packs of Doritos a day for a year. This applies, that's just me. What about you guys? This applies to everything every single one of you do. Whether it be finding a crane for a video, deciding prizes, picking locations, finding critical components, or doing the most minuscule thing, use creativity to save money, because every dollar we save allows me to give you guys more stability and hire more people to make your life easier. He's doing it for you, you guys. He's doing it for you. If you want to succeed here, say this 10 times in your head. Creativity saves money. 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 Okay, we did it. We said it. Always have a backup day. No one will ever have a 100% success rate when it comes to filming our videos on time and on budget. It's impossible. But you can still do certain things to increase the probability of success. That is my cat. Hi, cat. Scratching the pole. No one will have a 100% success rate when it comes to filming our videos on time and on budget. It's impossible. But you still can do certain things to increase the probability of success. And one of the easiest but most overlooked is having a backup day. When you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars securing a set, running a tank, doing the normal things, make sure you have the ability to extend them in case something goes wrong. It might not even be your video. Something might go wrong on gaming, and now I need to slide your video a day to make up for it. I'd also rather have a hypothetical 90% cool looking tank with a dope owner. That's awesome. I'd rather have a hypothetical 90% cool looking tank with a dope owner who's making life easier on us, letting me do whatever I want, and the ability to pay extra to add a day than a 100% cool looking tank, but the owner micromanages what we do and there's no backup day. This example is obvious. Just throwing it out there to inspire you. That's inspiration right there. Always check with creative before you do something like this, but backup days are necessary. And ideally, we work with people that see value in us and love us, so they will be even more flexible. That's a good approach. That is a good approach, because I always say, like, I'd rather hire a crew member with a great attitude that's not quite as good at his job than someone who's great at his job but has a terrible attitude, because rotten apple spoils the whole bunch, and that is a true and real thing that could deter and just put a lot of bottlenecks on set. Don't take anything at face value. Always dig. One of the common things you're probably seeing is accountability, and this doubles down on that. Don't take anything at face value. Always dig. This is particularly important when dealing with people outside of MrBeast's production team. If someone says something too good to be true, find out why. If it's fishy, investigate. If it's fishy, go fishing. Okay. If you need 10,000 pillows by next week and you've called 10 pillow companies and none of them have more than a few hundred in stock, but then the 11th company magically has 10,000 pillows, investigate. Are they drop shipping? Are the pillows crappy? Why the F does no one want your pillows? Why does no one want your pillows? That's what I want to know. Push and get answers. What tends to happen is people think their job is done by finding the 10K pillows and just order them, only for us to find problems with them when they arrive, but it's too close to be filming and we know to fix it. Do not overly trust people outside of the company. Investigate and verify what they say, or it is your fault they don't pull through. That's a good point. That's a very good point. You always have to double check. One time I reserved a pool. My friend has a pool, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, can we film this in this pool for rideshare? We had this underwater scene where Spanky Valentine goes underneath the ocean. And obviously we're not going to film the ocean. We wanted to film underwater. So I wanted to film in a heated pool, preferably a heated pool, because it was in February in LA and it's still cold. So I asked my friend, hey, can we can we film in your heated pool? He's like, oh yeah, sure. Like, yeah, that'd be great. I gave him the shooting date and all this stuff. We get there. It's awesome. And I'm like, oh, awesome. So this is the heated pool, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, great. And I went to feel it and it's ice cold. And I'm like, wait, I thought this is heated. He's like, oh, you wanted me to heat it? And I'm like, yes, which is why I asked you if you had a heated pool. That was the only, and he's like, well, it takes a full day to heat the pool. And it's like, so that was on me to make the follow-up question. I should have asked the follow-up question, can you heat the pool? Which I guess I assume that by me asking him, hey, can we film in a heated pool? That he would say, oh yeah, we could film, he'll make sure that the pool is heated. So Spanky Valentine, luckily they had a hot tub. So she went in the hot tub for a while, and then she would jump in ice cold water, and then she'd jump back in the hot tub, or she'd do a couple takes jumping in the ice cold water. There's a behind the scenes video on the channel, but that is a good point. Like, always follow through. You learn a lot from mistakes, but you got to follow through. Higher form of communication. If you spend any amount of time with James, you'll hear him bring up higher forms of communication a lot because it's important and somehow very overlooked by most people. The worst thing you could ever do when you need something for your critical component is email someone at the company. The best is to talk to them in real life. It's very important you know when to call people for stuff, grab them in real life, and when to text them. The lower the form of communication, the more miscommunication you will face. As I'm typing this, you have no idea if I'm laughing, smiling, happy, mad, or sad. You can't read my body language or my face because of that. It's not guaranteed, and you'll understand what I'm conveying. Need more toilet paper in the bathroom? A text is probably fine. 1 week out from a video and the thing you're working out just went south. Minimum a multi-way call with the heads of the video. Ideally, grab them in real life if you can. The more complex what needs to be said is, the higher the form of the communication you should use. Call first, then text if they don't answer. Since we are on the topic of communication, written communication also does not constitute communication unless they confirm they read it. Own your mistakes. I guess, an email doesn't count unless you know they've read the email. That's very true. Very true. I hate excuses. Oh, okay. I understand. I hate excuses, and I despise with my entire soul when people try to save face instead of learn from how they messed up. Mistakes are okay. Okay? Are they? Are they okay? I don't know. Genuinely, they are, and I expect you to make a lot. That's perfectly fine. Every veteran here has cost me $1 million at one point. Oh, every one of them has cost them $1 million. Dang, that's great. It's cost me $1 million at one point or another, and you can go ask them yourself if I ever held it over their heads. Seems like you're holding it over their heads right now. It's like, by the way, you guys all have held $1 million, have cost me $1 million. I mean, that's a lot of money. The reason why I'm okay with F-ups is because I know that's how you learn. I see it as me investing in you and your brain. Hence why I have zero tolerance for C players, and they must go immediately. Those F-ups could be done by an A player that will retain the information learned. I just beg you that you learn from every mistake and try not to repeat it. That's when it gets annoying. What up, Kurt? I've never, ever, ever once fired someone on the spot for messing up. You have nothing to be afraid of. Own shit so we can address how to fix it and then move on. Well, that's kind of good. I on my set, enough about MrBeast. Let's talk about me. So, like on set, if there's a mistake, if there's something that goes wrong or something, I always want to hear about it immediately because then you could fix it. If you don't know because later on I'll find out regardless. So he's probably going to find out the mistake regardless, whether they tell him or they own up to it or not. He's going to find out who is responsible, who is the person making the mistake. So that makes sense. Okay. Nothing comes before your prios. I think that means priorities, right? When you're being assigned tasks, you should have what we call a prio list. If Muhammad Ali says your prios are 1, get a Lamborghini under 200K. Okay. 2, get a wrapped anime characters. 3, make a custom steering wheel. Then nothing on this freaking planet is allowed to come between you and getting those prios done. If the other team asks for your help and you spend 2 days helping them and fall behind on getting your Lamborghini secured, that's your fault. If the studio is burning down and you stop working to put out the fire and don't get the Lamborghini, that's your fault. If the studio is burning down and you stop working, okay, jokes, haha. Yeah, obviously that's a joke, right? But seriously, don't let anything come before your prios. Yeah, he's obviously joking. In the video that I saw, she was like, "Oh, I can't believe he would say even if the studio is burning down, don't get your Lamborghini." It's like he's joking about that, obviously. All right, use consultants. Consultants are literally cheat codes. Consultants are literally cheat codes. Need to make the world's largest slice of cake? Start off by calling the person who made the previous world's largest slice of cake. LOL. LOL. He's already done countless tests and can save you weeks worth of work. I really want to drill this point home because I'm a massive believer in consultants. That's good. Outsourcing. That's very good. I've spent almost a decade of my life hyper obsessing over YouTube. I can show a brand new creator how to go from 100 subscribers to 10,000 in a month. Show me, MrBeast. No, dude, I'm live, baby. What up, Kurt? Kurt Majewski. How you is? How you doing? No, I'm live, baby. I'm live. This is so important. Here we go. Man, that'd be sweet. MrBeast, consult me. Tell me how to get to 10,000 in a month. On their own, it would take them years to do it. Consults are a gift from God. Lowercase God. You gotta capitalize that G, big dog. Gotta capitalize that G. Please take advantage of them. In every single freaking task assigned to you, always ask yourself first if you can find a consultant to help you. This is so important that I'm demanding you repeat this 3 times in your head. I will always check consultants when I'm assigned a task. I will always check consultants when I'm assigned a task. I will always check consultants when I'm assigned a task. Yes, MrBeast. Yes, MrBeast. The beast must be caged. Oh boy. Math, science, vision, math. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Math, science, vision, approvals, budget. Everything. Okay. Everything you need can be solved by one of these 5 things above. Use math, science, vision, approvals, or budget. Oh no. Oh no, this is not good. This is like how to. This is like. This is prime. This is prime for getting misconstrued here, which I'm hoping he doesn't mean it how I think he means it. No does not mean no. No, MrBeast, no. No. When dealing with people, okay. He's not talking about dating. Okay, that's good. When dealing with people outside of MrBeast Productions, never take a no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside of, and you call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if there are fans or if they have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team, etc. If after all avenues are exhausted and you're left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically, what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't just stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. I thought he was going to say no means yes. No, actually, it means yes, kids. No, that's terrible. Oh, that's horrible. Pushing through the no. He should have called it pushing through no. He should have just said pushing through no, right? Because it's like there's many ways to solve a problem. He could have just said that. There's many ways to solve a problem. He could say if you get blocked in one avenue, there's usually 100 other avenues that he could go to get the job done. But saying no means no. That's not. Don't know does not mean no. Oh no, that's terrible. Okay, don't just stop because one person told you to. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of many tools when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing it. Work on multiple videos every day. Damn, dude, we got to get to this guy's level, man. Oh my days. Work on multiple videos every day. I'm just working on one video today, man. I just one. Please do not come in and only work on one video during a workday. That's how you fall behind on future videos and create a nasty cycle that I'm trying to stop. If you drop everything and go all in on a video for 3 days, then that's 3 days your other videos will fall behind, and eventually you'll have to drop other videos to focus on the videos, and it will snowball into you. You can't do anything but focus on what's right in front of you because you murdered any lead time you had. You murdered it. If you ever only work on one video during a day, you failed. You failed. as a MrBeast. Be able to hold a camera. Damn. Oh, he's qualified. You know, you got to be qualified, right? You got to know how to hold a camera. Obviously, everyone has roles in the company, and TBH, if you can consistently lead and produce videos for me with a 90% success rate, IDC, I don't care if you piss in the sink every day, I'll still love you. That's amazing. I don't care if you'll piss in the sink every day. I'll still love you. I mean, at least he's honest about. I mean, that's awkward. But having said that, it'd be nice if you didn't piss in the sink. Oh, I thought he was going to say that. But okay. Hi, Moo Moo. My cat hasn't gotten attention, so Moo Moo. Hi, Moo Moo. Do you care if I piss in the sink? Huh? See? No. She said no. No. Oh, no. No means no. Okay, so obviously everyone has roles in the company. I'll still love you. But having said that, it'd be nice if at some point you got training on our style of holding a camera. When we do a big shoot, not local, it'd be nice to not have to bring 10 million production people and 10 million camera people. If, for example, there are only a few scenes that need a couple extra cameramen, I'd love for us to not have to fly, house, transport, and baby more cameramen when we could just have a few people from production or creative help for those workflow scenes, because typically the more cameramen we have filming, the less important each shot becomes. Very true. 1 out of 10 good, 10 out of 10 bad. I mean, you don't need 10 cameramen to do a good production. Just saying. 1 out of 10 good, 10 out of 10 bad. YouTube has a feature that compares a new upload's performance to the previous 9 videos. Hello, Moo Moo. Yes. Meet Moo Moo, everyone. Like this video for Moo Moo and for MrBeast. She's Miss Beast here. Okay. YouTube has features that compares a upload's performance to the previous 9 videos, tells you how the views rank in the first hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, etc. This is what it looks like. Top recent videos. First 44 days, 50 minutes. $456,000 Squid Game in real life. That was a crazy video. 198.5 million views. 73 million. Okay, so this is an older thing. He's probably updated it since. Hello, Momo. Hi. World's Most Dangerous. I wonder how MrBeast. I mean, if he was an employee, yeah, that's a good question. World's Most Dangerous Escape Room. 73 million views. Number 3, $10,000 every day you survive from prison. Ow. Would you swim with sharks for $100 million? 54 million. Extreme. Yeah. So, dude, every single one of his last 10 videos have had over 100 million. So this is definitely an older manual. It's probably pretty good. Top recent videos. First day, 10 million in 1 day. Wow. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be nice, you guys. Oh, wow. And it's the same thumbnail. Look at that. For his gaming channel, he's got the same exact thumbnail. Hello. Hi. World's largest experiment. Random things you should know. Okay, here we go. We're almost done with chapter 2, guys. Random things you should know. If you're just tuning in, it's how to succeed in MrBeast production. We are learning here. We are learning. I'm almost done with this chapter, and when we can move on to creative, but before we do, I still have tons of notes around producing content that I can't really break into their own sections, so I want to rapid fire them here so you can at least hear them once before starting your journey. Do not leave constituents. Do not leave constituents. Don't leave constituents waiting in the sun, guys. Ideally waiting in general for more than 3 hours. Squid Game, it costs us $500,000. I thought it was $456,000. Okay. Squid Game costs us $500,000, and Boys versus Girls, I have hair on my face, which is why I'm doing this. It got a lot of people out. Ask James to know more. James, tell us more. Spectacles are videos that only the MrBeast channel can do. Not every video should be a spectacle, and we realize these videos are hard, but that's the point. I hate having tons of people on set. Same, literally me. Literally me. I hate having a ton of people on set. I hate having... If someone's necessary, that's fine. If not, kick them off set or have them go watch from behind a monitor. Create an environment where the contestants also feel natural. I have hair all over my face, and I feel unnatural. Okay. I'd rather you be honest with each other than nice to each other. Do not talk down to talent or do anything to make them feel like shit. That's a good advice. Don't talk to kids about the birds. Yeah, exactly. Don't talk to them. Okay, I need them to be happy and in good moods. Oh yeah, this is definitely an old video because we got this or old document. I need them to be happy and in good moods, and those boys are special to me. Ideally, most talks with talent go Chris, Carl, Chandler, Nolan go through me, Ali, or Tyler to avoid confusion above them. Me like simple. Me like simple. MrBeast. Me like simple. The simpler, the better. Apply with a grain of salt. Me like simple. Me like simple. We pivot a lot. Be ready to have everything flipped on its head at a moment's notice, LOL. I want money to be shown on camera. Ideally, if you're spending money over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously think about it, guys. Just think about it. Work with intensity. Push outwards, not inwards. I'm not exactly what that means. What exactly does that mean? Push outwards, not... What does that mean? Can someone explain to me what that means? Comment. Work out, push outwards, not inwards. Pull all-nighters weeks before the shoot, so you don't have to days before the shoot. Okay. I thought he said earlier that working hard didn't matter. Okay, it's fine. If something goes wrong on shoot, always check to see if it can be made into content. A tree fell over on your car and breaks the 100 vases we needed to give away. That's effing hilarious, and we should mention it in the video. LOL. At least he says, at least he's saying, at least he's admitting it. Like, hey, make a joke out of it. For our Bigfoot movie, our drone fell in the lake, which was terrible. But we ended up creating content out of it, and it became a bit, and it is one of the biggest hits of the movie. People like it. So I have hair all over me, and it's driving me crazy. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Feasibility is working to see if the critical component... How close are we? Okay, we're at page 24 to 36. Okay, let's take a quick... We're learning a lot here, guys. All right, we are 2/3 of the way there. Feasibility is working to see if the critical components of a video are actually possible. Example would be if I wanted to play hide and seek in the world's largest building. If you did feasibility on this, that basically means you're trying to see if it's possible to get that building. If you do, then we have a video and it should go into production. If you can't, then that's why it was... If you can't, then that's why it was in feasibility, so no one else wasted time. Never do anything that could make us... Oh boy, here we go. Oh, I wonder if... did all of the talent read this manual? I wonder. One particular talent person, did they read this manual? I wonder. Never do anything that could make us look bad from a PR perspective. Oh boy. Okay. We often do renderings of sets to see what they look like beforehand, which is amazing and helps a lot because it's very visual, gets the whole team on the same page. When doing these renders through, I want to make sure you know the difference between previs and a concept. Please do not refer to a render as a previs unless that is actually what we plan on building. If it's just a render for inspiration and is not building locked, call it a concept. This will greatly help with confusion, in my opinion. Many people wave around a concept but call it a previs, and people see it expecting that to be what's built, only to find out later that was a concept and the actual set is much different. Okay, chapter 3. Wow, chapter 2 is a long one. All right, so chapter 3. We are a creative first production company. Okay, because when creative leads the vision of the shoot, the product is always better. So I think it's important you all understand creative. It is what drives everything we do and is the heart of our content. Being creative and understanding what makes good content is like cheat codes when in production, camera, and obviously editing. Let's take production, for example. Let's say you are tasked with finding us a castle to live in for 50 hours while doing, find me a castle to live in. Okay. For 50 hours. And while doing research, you find a castle and a number to call for the owner. So you do call and he answers. Only problem is he says he quit the castle running business to pursue his dream of building a 100-foot tall Lego catapult. I still have hair on my face. Thank you, Mumu. Okay. You can obviously tell where I'm going with this. Ideally, you'd recognize that's badass as F and try to convince him to let us use it when we do find a castle. This is a bad example because it's so obvious that, but if you're doing your job right, you will be doing an absurd amounts of calls and data collecting. While trying to complete your prios and prepare for the video, you should always be on the lookout for new things you can bring to your creative team to inspire them. Because just like me, they don't know what they don't know. And you can't just say, I'm in production and I'm not very creative, because that's literally the equivalent of saying I suck at what I do. Sorry guys, I'm liking this the more I'm reading it. I'm liking this guy. You also need to apply this same mindset when problem solving, because many people lose sight of this stuff when in the weeds. If a problem appears, always ask yourself if your new plan is what's best for creative, not just the easiest band-aid. What is the goal of the content? This reminds me of Office Space. What is the goal of the company? What is the goal of our content? To excite me is okay. The goal of our content is okay. The goal of our content is to excite me. I was just about to say that sounds weird, and it says that may sound weird. Yeah, it does sound weird. It does sound kind of weird. All right. The goal is to excite me. Excite me, people. That may sound weird to some of you, especially if you're new, but to me, it's what's most important. If I'm not excited to get in front of the camera and film the video, it's just simply not going to happen. I'm not fake, and I will be authentic. That's partly why the channel does so well. And if I'm not excited by the video, we're effed. Luckily, I'd say I'm a pretty predictable guy, at least in this regard. Haha. What excites me is what I believe will make the audience happy. That's what it always has been and always will be. Damn. That's what it had been and what it always will be. Mofos. All right. I'm willing to count to 100,000. Yeah, but did you say your own name, MrBeast, a million like I did? Hey, haha. Did you do it? No. No, you didn't. Motherfucker. Haha. Okay, sorry, excuse my language. All right. It's counted to bury myself alive. I'm not willing to do that. Congratulations on that. Walk a marathon in the world's largest pairs of shoes if I must. I just want to do what makes me feel happy and ultimately the viewers happy. This channel is my baby, and I've given up my life for it. He's not wrong for that. I'm so emotionally connected to it, and it's sad. LOL. Jeez. Golly. I'm so emotional, and it's sad. But this is one thing I will never compromise on. I have zero issues throwing away a multi-million-dollar video if I don't think it's up to my standards. Damn, dude. That is insane. I mean, kudos, I guess. You know, he has zero issues throwing away a multi-million-dollar video. Wow. We must always be improving and innovating. I like this. The camera angles need to always get better. The pacing, the story, the jokes, the color, the lighting, the music, the props, the people, our framing, our ideas. Literally everything must always be improving and innovating. There goes my light in the back. It's okay because I got a spare light, guys, because we always got to be innovating and improving around here, okay? I'm going to quickly do this. Make it a different color. Oh. All right, yeah, let's go with red. All right, let's get some red out here. Or green. Green works. There we go. Okay, who's all here? Appreciate you guys. This is great. I'm having fun. You guys having fun? Yes. Okay, good. All right. What makes good content? Sorry, the jokes, the lighting, the music, the props, the people, our framing, our ideas, literally everything must always be improving and innovating because that is what excites me. That's literally what I live for. To see these videos get better and better and ultimately make the viewers happy. What makes good content? This is where things get subjective and my brain is probably going to turn into mush. The problem with what I'm writing here is that good content is limitless. Literally anything can make good content. Let's take a baby doll, for example. You can see who can throw it the furthest with their left hand out of a group of 5 people. Watching them throw a baby doll with their bad hand and funny sound effects is effing hilarious. You can also go to the opposite route and have 1,000 baby dolls and see how many it takes for someone to throw it in a crib 200 feet away. Or you could see how many baby dolls it would take to break a 2x4 in half. The point I'm trying to convey here is that even something as simple as a baby doll, what's up, baby doll, has an infinite amount of ways you can turn it into amazing, original, and funny content. That's one of the secret weapons of MrBeast Productions. Oh my gosh, we guys heard it here first. The secret weapon of MrBeast Productions. We aren't stuck in any old ways of thinking. You can literally turn anything into content. Good content can be anything. Always have an open mind and never stop innovating. This is pretty good. Having said that, this is YouTube and there are constraints. You know, the video can't be a minute, so you're obviously going to need a story to hold the viewers, and there are rules to storytelling. Well, YouTube Shorts can be a minute, and usually are a minute. Okay. Our audience is massive, and because of that, you have to be simple. For 50 million people to understand something, it must be simple. Keep it simple. All right. Content can be anything, but there is structure and rules that we must mold into that I want to teach you about because virality doesn't just happen. Every frame of our videos will be seen by tens of millions of people. How to measure the success of content? Like I said at the start of this metrics, you care about in regards to virality are CTR, AVD, and AVP. If you want to know if the contents of a video are good, just look at the AVD and AVP of a video after we upload it, because based on how long people watch and what percentage of the video they watched, you can clearly see if they enjoyed it. To show this in action below is a retention data for 2 separate videos, almost identical length from this channel. All AVD and AVP data I share will be first day data to make sure it applies apples to apples. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. Apples to apples. Okay. It's mostly in case Mario gets his hands on this. Ha ha ha. It's a me, Mario. Okay. One video has 120 million views and the other only 45 million. Oh my, what a failure. Okay. Look at these retention numbers and see if you can pick up which one got triple the views. Okay, here we go. Audience retention, 5 minutes, 58 seconds, 49.9 APV, or average view duration, 736. And okay, obviously this one got way more views, 68. I'm going to guess that, which, you know, what do you guys think? I think the one that has 68.3% attention is the one. The answer is a lower image. All right, we got it right. People on average watch this video a minute and 38 seconds longer than the other video of the same length. Of course it got triple the views. It's clear as day for YouTube that people like this video much more. For your videos to do well, you must get their AVD and AVP as high as possible. The longer people watch, the better a video will do. This is why I'm such a stickler for every single second of content. Hook people at the start of the video, transition them to an amazing story that they're invested in, have 0 dull moments, and then have a satisfying payoff at the end of the video with an abrupt ending. Wow. That's a lot of freaking, like right there, that's like gold. That's pure gold for YouTubers. That is pure gold. Hook people at the start of the video, transition them to an amazing story they're invested in, have no dull moments, and have a satisfying payoff at the end of the video with an abrupt ending. Okay. Formats. One way to boost retention on a video is to have a good format for the videos to follow. Let's use our popular Last to Leave series as an example. These videos have many reasons why they do well, but one in particular is the payoff at the end. You see, once you start watching a Last to Leave, you get invested in the progress and the challenge. You really want to see who leaves the circle last and wins the $100,000. Luckily, the winner isn't revealed until the end of the video, so as long as we don't make the video boring as hell, people are very likely to stick around until the end. Strong payoffs at the end of videos boost retention. But obviously, Last to Leave isn't our only format. Another example of a format is what I like to call stair-stepping. A good example of that is I bought the world's largest firework. This video opens with us showing all the fireworks and then lighting a $1 firework, then a $10, then a $50, then a $375, then a $1,000, then a $10,000. Then we did some content, then $40,000, $100,000, and then the world record. As you get deeper in the video, the stakes get higher. The payoff of the world record is at the end. It's such a beautiful format that allows you to deviate if you want, as long as things progressively get cooler. I effing love stair stepping. Another format would be the ones that get chased like Bounty Hunter, Military, FBI. Just like the Last to Leave challenges, you don't know until the end of the video what the result is. Will they catch me? Will I get away? Gotta watch until the end. Throughout the history of this channel, we've been through many formats. A big one back in the day was donating to Twitch streamers, and people loved them. I'd go into random streams and donate $10,000 to a streamer to see how they'd react. All in all, we did like 12 of them. And when I saw people still beg for more, and that's because, like Steve Jobs says, people don't know what they want. Wow. Okay, there we go. The viewer may think they want a format forever, but they don't. They want new and fresh things. This is evident because every channel that rehashes formats for years always dies. True, very true. This is why I'm constantly ditching formats in exchange for new ones. Ideally, 2 videos with the same format are not back to back. I'd like multiple videos in between them if possible. Who is our audience? Here are screenshots from the back end. Europe is a big percentage, but it's broken up into countries, so it doesn't seem like it. Top geographies: US 36%, UK 7%, India, Philippines, Canada. Age and gender: female and male. 69% male, 29% female. Okay. That's interesting. 13 to, it's actually more 18. That's actually really interesting. It's less 13 to 17-year-olds. I thought it'd be a lot more than that. It's more 18 to 24-year-olds. But again, this is a couple years old, so I'm not sure if it's gotten younger or not. But 35 to 44-year-olds, anyone? 45 to 54-year-olds. Wow. It's probably kids and their parents watching it. Our content is consumed by everyone at this point. Kids watch videos with their mom. Watch it with your mom. Okay, hello. Even our female viewership is only 30%. That's still 9-figure views a month from women, and it's worldwide, but not to worldwide. 50% plus is still America and Europe. But despite saying all that, at its core, I had to describe it. I'd say the average MrBeast viewer is a teenage memer that likes video games. A teenage memer. The average one, but according to this, well, I guess 18 to 19. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. You should watch our videos. Okay, that makes sense. If you're going to be working for the Beast brand, you should be a fan of the Beast brand. A lot of very valuable knowledge comes with watching vast amounts of our videos. I feel silly for having even write this, but all the time I talk to new people that have at most seen like 5 or 6 of our videos, and it's mind-blowing when they don't see a problem with that, LOL. As I said earlier, I'd love for you to watch all the channels, but especially the main channel, seeing how you're working on it. That makes sense, like study the what you're working on. To get 60% up to speed, I'd watch our last 50-ish videos. If you're a monster and really want to understand the history of the company and the innovations we've been through, I'd recommend you watch every video back until you hit the 10 million subscribers special. Anything before that is just a waste of time, in my opinion. If you've seen every video we've made since 10 mil, then you will have a lot of context and information others don't, and it will make you that much more valuable. Brand deals are content. If you watch a lot of YouTube, you'll probably notice that when someone does a brand deal, it's boring and sounds like they're reading a script. Very true. We take a different approach to brand deals. We like to integrate them into the content so it doesn't nuke our retention and boost conversion. Remember that I told you we could see the exact moment when viewers click off our videos? Here's a retention chart for when we used to do brand deals the old way. Oh, wow. Look at that. Gosh, what a dip right there. Jeez Louise. Notice the crater where the brand deal is. That means people skipped it and also clicked off the video. Now here's a retention chart with a new style brand deal in it. Ah, okay. There's the crater there. And then here, there's still kind of a crater, but yeah, nowhere near as much. The dip is way less dramatic, and for the most part, something I can live with to help fund the videos. Brand deals are content. Brand deals are content. And when treated as such, boost retention. We need them to make them entertaining. Also, fun fact, the last CEO that sponsored a video said that the return was 1.7x the return they get on a NFL championship game ad. Wow, like a Super Bowl. Doesn't he mean Super Bowl ad? He said with the NFL commercial, you get a giant spike of customers day one, and then it disappears forever after that. Whereas a brand deal with us, you get a huge spike for a few days, then it settles down, and then a respike when we upload again, because after they watch a new video, they go back and watch the video before it. That makes sense. And even after that, our videos typically get 1 million views plus a month for years, aka tons of residual customers. Understand culture. What you consume on social media, when you watch YouTube, TV, the games you play, etc., are what I like to call your information diet. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Chris Tyson, our first subscriber and the guy in the videos, is a wonderful example of an information diet being used to perfection. The dude is funny as F. True. He was funny, man. Back in the day, Chris was my favorite MrBeast character, man. He was really funny. Yeah. I've never met anyone in my entire life that can make people laugh like he can, and I never understood why he was so good at it until I lived with him for a few years. The dude watches an obscene amount of cartoons and stupid shit. Okay. His eyeballs exist to inhale copious amounts of just goofy, dumb, and brain-numbing content. Okay. This is kind of telling a little bit. And as a result, he can quote almost any line from any episode of SpongeBob. Okay, that's not a bad thing. That's a fun show. He's able to draw from so much stupid shit in his head and as an inspiration to make jokes and be quirky. As a result, he is effing hilarious. But let's imagine a different Chris. Well, we don't have to imagine a different Chris. I'm sorry. We don't have to imagine. Okay, that's terrible. This is terrible. We don't have to imagine. It's true, though. We don't have to imagine a different Chris. So let's say instead of cartoons and stupid shit, his information diet was stocks and interesting investing advice. And for 5 years, that's all he consumed. Do you think he'd be just as funny as he currently is? No. He might be a little bit more normal. Okay, sorry. He, in my opinion, wouldn't be even 20% as funny. If you're a writer or director, you really need to monitor and perfect your information diet. That's pretty true. As a writer or director, I agree with that. If your diet is not correct, you won't have a good pulse on culture. I don't want you to be a Chris. And I don't want me to be a Chris either. I don't want you guys. Okay, sorry. This is bad. All right. In fact, I think that would probably do you harm. Yes, it probably would do you harm. This is where we're getting crazy here. Talent needs to inhale cartoons so they can be funny. Writers need to inhale inspiration. Let's say there's a purple fruit in the middle of Australia that when eaten makes you 2 feet taller. If it truly did exist, you wouldn't have known that until just right now. But now that you know it, you can draw on it for inspiration for every piece of content you write going forward. That's beautiful. Wait, there isn't really a purple fruit in the middle of Australia that makes you 2 feet taller, right? Okay, that's beautiful. It can now sit in the back of your mind waiting for that one video where it is needed. It might take 10 videos or even 100, but eventually you'll be brainstorming a bit and think of the right one to use the fruit for. Apply this to everything on this effing planet. You can't get inspired by things you don't know exist. So how do you learn more about what's out there in our world? How do you stay up to date with the latest memes? How do you know what's going on with celebrities? How do I know what's trending on YouTube? What other creators are doing? What's popping up on TikTok? Your information diet. Consume things on a daily basis that help you write better and better content. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I had 4 people, and now we're at 1. We're gonna take a quick little breather. I gotta use the restroom here, but we're gonna listen to some. Oh, we're not gonna listen to any music, but we can listen to some chill hop right now. Be right back. Hold on. Captions. Be right back. Okay, we are back, baby. Thank you guys for your patience. I am back. If you guys are just tuning in, we are going through how to succeed in MrBeast. I famously said the words MrBeast a million times. Also, I have my own production company, so I'm not exactly saying that I'm anywhere near. We got C. Wallace Films in the building. Is that you, Chris? From because you were on Facebook before. Thank you for joining on Facebook or on YouTube, Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, this is fun. We're actually learning a lot. It's a different type. It's a different style of a production company. For he's hyper focused on making the best YouTube videos as humanly possible. And that's kind of cool. I have a candle on in the back, so that's why it's flickering like that. But yeah, we are on page 34 or 36. Okay, we're almost there, guys. It's okay for boys to be childish. Oh boy. If you want to draw a D on the whiteboard in the video or do something stupid, let them. Assuming they know all the rest and aren't missing context on why it's not safe. People like when we in our natural element of stupidity. Really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots. We don't fake things. Okay? People have been challenging him there as of late, but we'll take his word for it. We don't fake things, okay? Make sure to prep contestants and try to create an environment where they... Oh, I have music going still? We're going to stop that music. Okay. Or actually, you like the music? I don't know. I can keep it on, but make it lower. I don't know. Music or no music, Chris? You let me know. Okay. We don't fake things. Make sure to prep contestants and try to create an environment where they feel comfortable talking. If you wrote a banger piece of content, but it's a 50-50 chance of working, write another piece of content. Content is unlimited. Don't be lazy. Run your content by as many people as possible for inspiration on how you would make it even better. I want famous people in our videos. Dude, I want famous people in our videos too. Come on now. Yeah, let's get the famous people up in here. Don't ever put me in a situation where I have to lie, because I won't, and it will screw the video. That's funny. Okay. No dull moments in videos. All right, fair enough. You can't fake intensity in videos. Okay. The video endings must be abrupt to protect retention. Interesting. Wow. This isn't really a creative thing, but in general, when on set, be attentive and engaged. Filming days are stressful enough. Be useful, please. I agree with that. Okay. All right, no music. Okay, cool. No music. Video endings must be abrupt to protect retention. This isn't really a creative thing, but in general, when on set, be attentive and engaged. Filming sets are stressful enough. Be useful, please. Okay, that's fair enough. You gotta be useful, right? When on set, Chris, you don't want any dead weights or someone on their phone sitting around doing nothing. If you made it this far, you are probably at least semi-interested in this being your career. Dude, we are interested, guys. We are interested. So I wanted to chat about it. Let's chat, MrBeast. Let's do it. Because if you're ambitious and want to dedicate your life to work, you pick the best company in America to do. Wow, that is a bold statement. You pick the best company in America to do it at. I really don't care to hoard a bunch of money, and I deeply believe in rewarding people that help this business get to where it needs to be. But before I get into that, let's talk about the future. Okay, let's talk about it. As I write this, we have 2 teams that will grow to 4 in the next year. Okay, so I wonder when he wrote this. It must be like, I'm guessing like 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. and probably 8 in the next 2 years, but I can't talk about that just in case, because James will kill me. Haha. We need more leaders in this company. We need hardworking, obsessive, coachable, intelligent grinders that can step up and take some of these leadership spots over the next 2 years. I'm right here, MrBeast. Hire me. Give me a bunch of money, baby. Every single department has an opportunity for you to grow in, and you're in luck because we don't do yearly reviews. We do whenever the F you want reviews. If you want to become a production manager, tell James your intention and ask him why you suck and how you can become better. Seriously, he will give you a list of things that you need to improve to become what we need. And if you actually listen and master those things, we will give you a shot at the role. Only problem is most people think they're better than they really are and don't take seriously when we give them things to improve and then wonder why they never move up. Okay, that's fair. This isn't a bureaucratic corporate company. Oh, I like that. You don't have to do something for 5 years and get a promotion. I hate the word promotion. The more responsibility, risk you help us navigate, the overall BS you deal with, the more you make. And if you want more of that, we will gladly help train you to receive it. Haha. There is infinite room for you to grow here. This isn't a stepping stone. This is your final destination. We will win, and we are going to build something amazing. Okay, sorry, I had to do that. This isn't your final destination. We will win, and we are going to build something amazing. Okay. I see a world where this company is worth billions, and one day tens of billions. And those of you that help build this will be rewarded. I want nothing more than for you to go all in, obsessive all day, every day, and become so goddamn valuable. This company can't operate without you. Wow. At least he's like blunt with what he wants. And in return for becoming so valuable, I hope to give you incredible experiences, a fun place to work, and of course, more money than you could ever dream of making at any other company. Now read this all over again because I guarantee you didn't retain enough. Okay, so let's go all the way up to the top and read it again. No, I'm just kidding. So, wow. Just kidding. So that was how to succeed in MrBeast production. I believe it's authentic. It's been verified according to Rossana Pansino, YouTuber, that went mega viral talking about it. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty insightful in the mind of MrBeast and how he thinks and his philosophy and what it's like, an internal document from his company. Hopefully, I mean, it's already been leaked and a bunch of other YouTubers haven't, but I hope they don't give it cease and desist. But I don't know. We at least have learned this information from MrBeast, and I think it's actually a lot of pretty good things. I mean, a lot of it was really, a lot of people could say it's very intense, but it seems like he's an intense guy. He's obsessed with what he does. He loves what he does. He wants to be the best at what he does. He wants nothing less. He doesn't want to settle for anything close to less. So you kind of have to be super hyper obsessed. He's been dragged through the mud as of late, and it's kind of unfair, to be honest, because if you're building a huge company, you're bound to have people that say bad things or do bad things and all that stuff. And dude, a company I worked at that, well, this didn't happen while we were at the company, but this coworker that I worked with ended up offing his wife and parents. And that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so, you can't blame the company owners for bad things that they do. At the same time, there's probably going to be a lot of people that disagree with a lot of these things, and they don't want to be slave drivers. They want to just show up at a 9 to 5, have just a simple 9 to 5, go to work, do the best they can, come home. Production is a little bit of a different animal, though. Speaking of Beast, but I'm not sure what their work hours are like. He seems to be more, like he said before, results oriented and not completely results oriented and not about the hours. So it seems like you could work as many hours as you want there, or you could work the minimum but that probably won't get you very far. So